If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your... On the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your...
Even if Crawford and Davis never fight each other, they've already made a name for themselves as two of the best and most exciting fighters of their time. For now, fans can only imagine what could have happened while still enjoying the amazing skills of both fighters in their own careers. What do you think will happen next? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Because of their differences in style and skills, some experts think a fight between Crawford and Davis wouldn't be simple. One of those experts is the famous multi-division champion Roy Jones Jr., who shared his thoughts during an interview with Real Life Productions. Jones said that a fight between Crawford and Davis would be a good damn fight, adding that it could be competitive if they fought at a catchweight just below the welterweight limit. Jones talked about the strengths of both fighters, pointing out Davis's explosiveness as something that could change the fight. He said, I don't see anybody around that's going to beat him unless it's somebody way bigger than him. He also mentioned that if the fight happened around 145 pounds, it would be a good damn fight, because both fighters have very strong abilities. Jones also mentioned that both fighters have high boxing IQs, but Davis is especially explosive. He explained that Davis has something that Errol Spence Jr. didn't have in boxing: powerful explosiveness. Jones said, "A powerful fighter can go a lot of places. I was able to fight in different weight classes because
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Ooh. Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
Crawford had so much energy. Explosiveness keeps people in check. Jones's words show the key difference between the two fighters. Crawford is known for his skill, flexibility, and smart boxing. He can think and move better than most opponents.
Any setting if necessary.
Style,
this measured response only added...
Switching stances lets him land punches accurately. This has helped him win against top fighters in many...
They just said we in a gunfight, right? Yeah. And I got a metal shield. And the opposite person got a glass shield. Okay, Chad. Who gonna come out on top? I don't care about how much he run around. Once them hands get on him, it's gonna slow him down. And once
definitely if he touch him, he definitely if he touch him clean, he'll break.
This was different weight classes. On the other hand, Davis is known for his raw power, speed, and explosiveness, which make him one of the strongest punchers in boxing. While Crawford uses careful precision to break down his opponents, Davis has the power to end fights with just one punch. Physically, Crawford is bigger and has a longer reach. He is 5'8", tall with a 70.5-inch reach, while Davis is 5'5", tall with a 67.5-inch reach, interval 14. The difference in size and reach would make it hard for Davis to get close to a skilled fighter like Crawford. However, Davis's explosiveness and ability to land powerful punches make him dangerous to anyone, no matter their size. While fans and experts can talk about how a fight between these two might go, the truth is, it probably won't happen. Crawford is focused on becoming one of the greatest fighters ever. After winning all the belts in the welterweight division and becoming the undisputed champion at 147 lbs, he is now thinking about a big challenge: a fight against super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez. This fight would mean Crawford would have to move up 14 pounds to 168, showing just how ambitious and confident he is. Davis, on the other hand, is going in a different direction. He is set to fight Lamont Roach Jr. in March, a fight many people see as a warm-up for Davis. Interestingly, Davis has mentioned the possibility of retiring by the end of the year, leaving fans to wonder if he will really walk away from boxing at the peak of his career. If this happens, it would mark the end of a major era in boxing for one of the most exciting and controversial fighters. Even though their careers are going in different directions, and they fight in different weight classes, fans still love to. Imagine a fight between Crawford and Davis. Most experts think Crawford's size, skill, and experience would make him the favorite, but Davis's power and unpredictability mean that the result of the fight could never be predicted for sure.
Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at. All right, I'll welcome him.
It looks like their rivalry could eventually lead to a fight in the ring. Right now, they fight in different weight classes, separated by 3 divisions. However, they've both fought in similar weight categories in the past, showing off their skills in overlapping areas. This has led to many debates among fans and experts about a possible fight. What makes the idea of this fight interesting is how different their styles, achievements, and physical traits are. Crawford started his professional career at lightweight, which is the same weight class where Tank Davis is currently the WBA world champion. As Crawford moved up in his career, he became the undisputed champion at super lightweight, a division where Davis has also won a title.
It was no different from 147, to be honest. Israel just was a strong opponent, and we knew that coming in the gate.
But Crawford's skills and goals pushed him to climb even higher, and he now dominates the welterweight division and has even moved up to 154 pounds, where he is still on top. On the other hand, Davis stays focused at 135 lbs, using his power and precision to destroy opponents. Davis, who is known for his explosive knockouts, has built a reputation as one of the sport's most dangerous punchers. He's also great at drawing huge crowds. In the past, he boldly claimed he could knock out Crawford, which some people thought was just playful talk or an example of his strong self-belief. However, Crawford didn't take Davis.
I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for
his words seriously and told him not to aim too high, both in weight and in what he's capable of. At the beginning of his career, Davis didn't get the same financial attention, and his rise to the top has been more recent. Crawford, on the other hand, has been earning big paydays for many years because of his steady performance and his willingness to fight anyone, anywhere. This difference in their career paths makes it harder to decide who has made more money.
Throws down the gauntlet at
Another
Gervonta
important
Tank
factor
Davis.
is how the pay-per-view
It was pure
PPV
fireworks.
model has changed.
Crawford didn't waste a breath.
In the past,
He wanted Davis
fighters
in the
relied
ring.
a lot on
Any
PPV
anticipation
sales
building?
to earn money.
Picture the chaos
But
that could
Turki
unfold.
Al-Sheikh's
But
guaranteed payouts have changed this.
How good is Terence Crawford?
Terence Crawford is good, but he's not what people make him the same. He's not pound for pound.
System. Crawford's deal with Al-Sheikh has helped him avoid relying on the uncertain income from PPV sales, while Davis still depends more on this old system. This change might affect how both fighters plan their careers and make financial deals in the future. Critics of Davis say that while his social media fame and popularity might make him money now, it might not help him keep earning in the long run. Some people say that Davis won't have long-term financial success unless he takes on bigger challenges in the...
What I say about Tank is he's smart. He can box.
Yes.
And he explosive. You know what I mean? But I'm saying skill-wise and in the mind, I don't think neither one of them can outthink
ring. Meanwhile, Crawford's fans believe his willingness to fight the best shows his strong legacy and earning power. The different approaches of the two fighters show the bigger tension in boxing. On one side, you have the traditional focus on competition and skill, while on the other side, there's the modern focus on marketability and entertainment. In the end, it's hard to know who has made more money, Crawford or Davis. Boxing finances aren't very transparent, so most of the discussion is based on guesswork and incomplete
ego. Like if you hear somebody like Tank say 147, I knock Bud out.
Well, he just talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got the confidence in himself that he believed that he can do that because he's been knocking all these fighters out that he's been in the ring with. You know, so no knock to Tank, but there's definitely levels.
Complete information. What is clear is that both fighters have reached success in different ways, each with its own advantages and challenges. Crawford's recent big earnings and partnership with Al-Sheikh give him an edge in the financial race. But Davis's popularity and marketability mean he's still a strong figure in boxing's financial world. As their rivalry continues, the debate over how much they've earned will keep being an interesting part of boxing. Interviewer 8 Turki Al-Sheikh's involvement in boxing has changed the game, especially for Crawford. Al-Sheikh's approach of giving fighters guaranteed big paydays, much higher than what traditional promoters offer, has changed how money works.
That's the whole, not really address, but they on the whole Tank, Crawford thing, because when Crawford said he'd be willing to wait up for Tank, he did after immediately after I was just playing around. Like, do you want to put that shit to bed?
Yeah, he was just playing around. You know what I'm saying? Tank does that, you know.
In the sport, Crawford's $10 million guarantee for the Madoff fight is just the start. It's believed that his future fight with Canelo Alvarez could set new records for fighter earnings. Al-Sheikh's ability to provide huge financial support gives Crawford a big advantage, especially since Davis is not part of this growing network. Interview 9 for Davis, the financial situation is a bit different. While he is very popular, the quality of his upcoming opponents could affect how much money he makes. His rumored fight in March against Lamont Roach Jr. is a real competition, but it might not have the big name power needed to get huge pay-per-view sales. Without a big co-star to help promote the fight, Davis might struggle to earn as much as Crawford, who has secured big paydays from major matchups. To keep making good money, Davis will need to fight bigger name opponents, like Vasyl Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, or up-and-coming stars like Keyshawn Davis. Interview 10. The debate about who has made more money also shows a bigger difference in how Crawford and Davis approach their careers. Crawford has built his success by facing the toughest opponents, often going into tough places to prove himself against the best. This has earned him a lot of respect from other fighters and fans, plus big opportunities to fight on the biggest stages. Davis, however, has been criticized for choosing a safer career path, focusing on fights that are more about making money than taking big risks. While this has made Davis very popular, some people think it has held him back from earning even more in the long run. According to Leonard Ellerby, Davis now makes 8 figures per fight, which is a lot. But it's important to think about when he actually started earning this much.
Or would that just be a matter of you waiting for him to be ready for you?
Yeah, no, Tank is at a lower weight class than me. He's at 135. I'm at 147. That's 2 weight classes apart. So
he would have to come up.
Yeah, because I wouldn't never.
You can't get that low.
So that's not gonna happen. Because I saw people talking about it. You don't think that'll ever happen?
No.
Interview 6. Social media is important when talking about how much boxers earn. Davis has a huge following, with 7.5 million followers on Instagram and nearly 800,000 on X. Crawford, though a bigger name in boxing, has a much smaller online presence, with 1.8 million followers on Instagram and 168,000 on X. These numbers matter because they show how popular a fighter is in today's world. Sponsorship deals, brand partnerships, and other ways to earn money are often affected by a fighter's social media reach. Davis is ahead in this area, giving him an advantage. But social media numbers alone don't show the whole picture. There are other things that also affect their total earnings. Interview 7. Crawford's long career and consistent success at the top level are big advantages. He turned professional in 2008 and became a world champion in 2014, meaning he's had over 10 years of earning at the highest level. Championship fights, especially when the fighter is the main event, usually come with bigger paychecks. Crawford's many title defenses show how much he can earn. On the other hand, Davis turned pro in 2013 and won his first world title in 2017. He's achieved great success in a shorter time, but he hasn't had as much experience at the championship level as Crawford. This difference in their careers likely means Crawford has earned more over the years.
So what are we talking about here? Gervonta Tank Davis, which would be the A side in this situation, would never move up to 147 pounds and fight Terence Crawford.
Despite the apparent weight disparity and stylistic differences, some experts think that a fight between these two would be anything but straightforward. One such expert is the legendary multi-division champion Roy Jones Jr., who shared his views during an interview with Real Life Productions. Jones described a hypothetical matchup between Crawford and Davis as a good damn fight, saying that it could be competitive if fought at a catchweight just below the welterweight limit. Jones highlighted the unique qualities of both fighters, emphasizing Davis's explosiveness as a potential game changer. "I don't see anybody around that's going to beat but unless it's somebody way bigger than him," Jones said, referring to Crawford by his nickname, but don't sleep on the fact that if he and Tank fought at about 145, that's a good damn fight. You follow me, because they both have very high IQs, and Tank is very explosive.
They almost never share
That's the
all
one
the
thing that
details.
Tank got that Errol didn't.
The money
have in
reported
boxing,
in the news
a
is just
powerful
part
fighter
of a
can go a
fighter's
lot of
income.
places. I was only able to
Besides
cover
their
the weights that I
guaranteed
covered because I was
fight
so
earnings,
energetic.
boxers also
Explosiveness
make money
keeps
from
people in
pay-per-view,
check.
PPV
Jones's words
sales,
highlight the key
sponsorships,
contrast
and
between the
bonuses.
two fighters.
These
Crawford
extra
is a
earnings
master
are hard to
technician known
measure
for his
unless they are
flexibility,
officially
ring IQ,
revealed.
and ability
However,
to outthink,
experts
hand
can
outmaneuver
still estimate
opponents.
how much Terence
His switch-hitting
Crawford
style and
Gervonta
razor-sharp
Davis have
accuracy
made.
have helped him
In
to
recent
dominate
years,
elite competition
Crawford has
across
become
multiple
one of the
weight
highest
classes.
paid
Davis,
boxers.
on the other hand,
His
is praised for his
earnings
raw power,
increased a lot
speed,
after big
and
fights,
explosiveness,
like his win
which have
against
made him
Errol
one of the
Spence
most feared
Jr.
punchers
in
in
July
boxing.
2023.
While Crawford relies on
Another
calculated
major fight in
precision to
August
systematically
2024,
dismantle his
likely
opponents,
against a
Davis
top
has
opponent,
the power to
also
end
added
fights
to
in
his
an
wealth.
instant with a single
The
punch
fight with
physically.
Spence was
Crawford
especially
has a clear
important.
edge in terms
It
of
was
size
for the
and reach,
undisputed
standing at
welterweight
58 in with a 70
and was
for
one
in
of the
reach.
biggest pay-per-view
He is clearly the
events in
bigger
recent
man
boxing
compared to
history.
Davis, who is
This
55
helped
with a
Crawford earn a lot more
67.5
money.
in reach.
Interview 5. Crawford didn't just win the fight. He also made a lot of money from it. Reports say this fight helped him earn even more, pushing him into a higher level of income. In his fight against Madoff, he is said to have earned a guaranteed $10 million, which made him one of the highest-paid boxers. On the other hand, Gervonta Tank Davis has been a regular pay-per-view star, with his fight against Ryan Garcia in April 2023 being a key moment in his career. The fight was a huge event, getting a lot of attention and showing that Davis can perform well in important fights. His knockout win over Garcia helped make him even more popular. Even though Davis has been a big name, some people believe he hasn't earned as much money as Crawford recently. Interview 3, this wasn't the first time Davis and Crawford had argued. They have been rivals for years, often calling each other out in public. However, their rivalry had always stayed professional until now. Davis has repeatedly criticized Crawford's opponents and questioned how popular he really is. On the other hand, Crawford has complained about Davis's management and the fighters he has faced. Davis often says that Crawford's career is boring and that he is the more exciting fighter. He also accuses Crawford of avoiding the best opponents in their weight classes. Meanwhile, Crawford argues that Davis is overrated and hasn't fought against the same top-level fighters that he has. Even though they have traded insults before, Davis's latest tweet went too far. Many fans believed that attacking Crawford's family was unacceptable, making their rivalry even more personal. Both Terence Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis are among boxing's biggest stars, and their competition isn't just about fighting. A major debate in the sport is about who has made more money in their career. Their feud has grown on social media, especially on X, formerly Twitter, where they keep taking shots at each other. Fans, boxing experts, and even other fighters have joined the discussion. The debate isn't just about who is the better boxer, it's also about who is more popular, who attracts bigger crowds, and who earns more money. But boxing earnings are complicated. Pay-per-view sales, sponsorships, and deals with promoters all make it hard to compare their incomes directly. Interview 1 recently, Gervonta Tank Davis caused a big problem with a tweet that made things worse between him and Terence Crawford. Davis is known for talking tough on social media, but this time, he went too far by mentioning Crawford's family. Davis's tweet was a response to Crawford's comments about his fighting skills. Crawford had said that Davis had not fought strong enough opponents. He also suggested that Davis was upset about not being invited to an event. However, what made fans really angry was that Davis insulted Crawford's wife and kids, which many saw as disrespectful. Boxing fans and experts quickly criticized Davis. In boxing, it is common to talk trash, but attacking someone's family is usually not allowed. Many of Davis's supporters started turning against him after this incident. Some people defended Davis, saying he was just trying to get inside Crawford's head to build excitement for a possible fight. But most fans, fighters, and experts agreed that he had made a big mistake. Even with all the criticism, Davis refused to apologize. Instead, he tweeted more messages trying to explain himself. But by then, people were no longer talking about his skills in the ring. They were talking about his bad behavior. Terence Crawford, one of the best boxers in the world, responded quickly. In a video, he sent a strong message to Davis. "You know I would totally crush you if we ever had a street fight." Interview 2 Crawford responded in a calm but strong way. Unlike Davis, he didn't insult anyone. Instead, he made it clear that he was ready to fight, whether in the boxing ring or outside of it. His message was simple. He wasn't scared of Davis and would face him any time if needed. Crawford's response showed that he is a professional and focused fighter. Many people respected how he stayed calm, especially compared to Davis's emotional reaction. This wasn't the first time Davis and Crawford had argued. They have been rivals for years, often calling each other out in public. However, their rivalry had always stayed professional until now. Davis has repeatedly criticized Crawford's opponents and questioned how popular he really is. On the other hand, Crawford has complained about Davis's management and the fighters he has faced. Davis often says that Crawford's career is boring and that he is the more exciting fighter. He also accuses Crawford of avoiding the best opponents in their weight classes. Meanwhile, Crawford argues that Davis is overrated and hasn't fought against the same top-level fighters that he has. Even though they have traded insults before, Davis's latest tweet went too far. Many fans believed that attacking Crawford's family was unacceptable, making their rivalry even more personal. Both Terence Crawford and Gervonta Tank Davis are among boxing's biggest stars.